Hello friends, we are here in Revelation chapter 7. Now I will tell you, as I'm going through the book of Revelation here, there is a system that I know and understand. The system that I was brought up on. And then there's a system that I'm learning. I talked about it a little bit yesterday. There's the preterist view and there's the futurist view. And I've always understood the book of Revelation as a futurist. And I'm finding that a lot of the scholars that I know and respect are preterists, at least to some point. Nobody's a complete preterist because everybody believes that the Lord is still to come, that He's not come back yet, and that is what is happening at the end. Oh, shoot. Almost all Christians, just so you know, that hose over there just blew up. So almost all Christians believe that Jesus is still to come. You know, the views on the Revelation are consistent in that. But the view that I understand when it comes to this chapter has to do with what the 144,000 means. Who are these 144,000? The system that I've always understood is this, that let's say that all of the Christians in the world are raptured, taken up. And now we are left in this great tribulation. I say we, but not me. You know, people are left in this time of great tribulation without the Christians in the world, and it throws everything into chaos. Now, there are some people that are going to turn to the Lord. And it has always been my understanding that a good number of the ones that are leading the charge for God is God's people from the beginning. That is the Jewish people. That they will be the conquerors. That they have always been God's chosen people. That they've always been blessed by God. And that in this time, God has a special plan for them. That He is going to use them to do remarkable things during the 7-year tribulation. That's the way I've always understood it. Now, in the view that I'm coming to understand, this time that we're living in right now is the Great Tribulation. From the time that Jesus went away to the time that He is coming back, that is the Great Tribulation. They don't believe in a small one. They believe in a very large one. It's not 7 years. It's thousands of years. And when it comes to the 44,000, they see it as symbolic of all of the Christians that have ever been. So in this chapter where it talks about the different tribes, it is symbolic because 12 is the number of fullness and completion. And it's 12 times 12. And since we are the people of God, then it's really a symbol. And that it has been true in the New Testament. You know, the symbol for God's people, you know, the people of God has always been kind of to say that we're the sons of Abraham. Even though we're not technically the sons of Abraham, we have faith like Abraham did, and so we're their sons. So this view is new to me. However, a lot of respected theologians say this is the view that they see. I don't see it yet. I don't see it. Now, you're walking with me with this. I've read this book before. I've studied it before. This is the way that I have understood it. However, as we go, I reserve the right to change my mind. But as I see it now, I don't see a reason to change. My views for what the 144,000 seems to line up really nicely with what I read and what I've been studying thus far. It mentions the 144,000, that's 12,000 from every 12 tribes there are. And then it says, and I turned around and I saw these people in their white robes, and it was a multitude of people whose number I cannot count. So 144,000, though that's a lot of people, it is a very doable number. That is the population of a medium-sized city. You know, that's maybe even a small city. It's not a whole lot of people. But then he sees a multitude, a people with no number, so many people. And I have always understood this to mean, you know, the people, and what it says, the people that have come out of the Great Tribulation. Now, my tribulation, as far as I understand it, is much shorter. And their tribulation is much larger. But the way that I see it is that these are the ones that have come out of the 7-year tribulation. They have washed themselves, and that's why they have white robes. So they wash themselves in the blood of the Lamb. And now they are in the temple. They're worshiping God. They're saying, you know, to him be, you know, honor and glory and power and might. For some reason, I always kind of laugh when it brings up might, because I don't often hear people talking about it that way. I hear the word mighty, but to him be might, I just think that's kind of funny. Either way you look at it, these are the people that are coming out of the tribulation, whether it be a long tribulation or a short tribulation. These are the people that are coming out of it, and they're giving glory to God. And like it says in the beginning of the chapter, God sends the angels to say, don't hurt the ones that are sealed. He's saying, until they are all sealed, I don't want you to touch them. He's sending his angels to protect the people of God. Now, the seal, that shows, you know, a signet. It means that we belong to God. Now, later on, it will talk about the Antichrist and the beast. And it will talk about how people will receive the mark, the seal of the beast. And this kind of goes against that. You know, there's only one seal you can have. You could either have the seal of God or the seal of the beast. And the way that it was explained to me, you know, if you have the seal of God, you may get the wrath of the beast. But if you have the seal of the beast, you get the wrath of God. Now, the wrath of God is much more severe than the wrath of the beast. So that's something to remember. Anyways, this is Revelation chapter 7. Have a great day. Bye.